I wanted to compare two of Astrocook's most popular knife sets. So I have a 15-piece walnut set here, and then their 14-piece natural wood and white set. So we're gonna go over some similarities, if they're dishwasher safe, do they come with sharpeners, what's the wood block like, sharpness, all that good stuff. Then we're gonna take each knife that it comes with, put them head to head, talk about their similarities or differences, and we're actually going to slice different foods with them so we can see which ones are better for cutting. And then at the end, we'll wrap things up and pick which one is better. So just some basics to start out with. You'll notice that the walnut set, the knives are a little bit more slanted down. And with this white 14-piece set, they're a little bit more straight up. So it just depends what angle you like pulling your knives out at. I prefer them more on a slant. They both come with wooden blocks and built-in sharpeners. The sharpeners are a little bit different. So on this white set here, it's on the corner and your knife is going to horizontal, where on the walnut set, it's gonna go at more of an angle and not straight up and down. And you just go back and forth a couple of times. They are both wooden blocks and they both have slits on the bottom. And what's nice about the slits on the bottom is if you were to accidentally put in your knives wet, then they have the ability for the moisture to escape more easily than if it didn't have those slits. And they both have pegs that keep them raised up off the counter, which helps prevent your counter and then really helps for that aeration to have that air moving through. They both come with 6 steak knives. And then the walnut set comes with an extra cutting knife than the 14-piece set. They're both dishwasher safe. Now, they do recommend not putting them in the dishwasher in general knives, but I haven't had any issues with putting them in the dishwasher. They are a high carbon stainless steel, both of them, which means they're more anti-rust, anti-corrosion than other stainless steel knives, and they do hold their sharpness longer than other stainless steel knives, so you don't have to sharpen them as much. They both come with kitchen shears. But now we're going to take a look at the knives that come in each set. We're going to put them side by side. We're going to compare them and we're going to slice with them to see which one works best. First, looking at the chef's knife here, you'll notice that both of the blades are pretty much the same thickness. And they are all labeled with what types of knives they are and the lengths of them, which is really convenient. So we're first going to cut with this apple with the chef's knife here. So I have the white 14-piece set and we're just going to slice through that. So that sliced through the apple super easily. Don't have to put much pressure on it or anything like that. The knife's super comfortable in my hand. We're going to talk about the handle shape with the next knife. But here is the walnut 15-piece set, cutting through that super easily. I would probably say that maybe the walnut set is a touch sharper when it comes to the chef knife, but I wouldn't say it's really much different at all. But now we're going to check out the Santoku knife. So the Santoku knife here does not come in the white set, but the white set, it's a 14-piece set. It does also come in a 22-piece set and a 12-piece set. And the Santoku knife is in the 22-piece set, but in the 14 it is not. It is just in the walnut black set. And that is really good for cutting up vegetables. So you'll see here, I am able to just fly through this carrot. And then you're able to get really thin slices, which is really nice too. This knife was super sharp, really easy to use. I really love using that for cutting up vegetables. But now let's take a look at the slicing knives. So both are 8-inch slicing knives. Now I don't have any meat to carve to show you guys with these slicing knives, but just to put them side by side here, you'll notice they are about the same length. Obviously they're both 8 inches, but same width. But I wanted to point out the handles here. So you'll notice that each knife has an ergonomic handle where it has nice finger bolsters. The white one has a little bit thicker of a finger bolster, and that's nice for preventing your finger from sliding forward. And they have these grooves, each of them, where your hand can fit in really nicely and really wrap around. When it comes to weight, the walnut set is lighter. I think it's because they don't have this extra plastic on here. And then looking at the handles, they are really similar in size. Each set comes with an 8-inch bread knife, and what's really nice, so many sets don't come with bread knives anymore, and both of these knives slice through bread really easily. So I have a bun right here. So this is the white 14-piece set, and you'll notice that the bread did not squish at all. Again, if I do that with the walnut 15-piece set, it saws right through it, but it maintains its shape. It's not squishing it or anything. So this knife bread really comes in clutch, and I love that it comes in the set because so many times you have to buy this additionally and it doesn't come in your knife block. Now taking a look at the 5-inch utility knives. So these are both full tang knives. So the stainless steel does go from top to bottom, but with the white knife, it's only that thin middle, the rest is plastic. But then with the 15-piece walnut set, the entire thing is stainless steel. So there is no plastic involved, and this is all one piece. What's great about full tang knife sets is it really helps you keep a good balance and helps prevent hand fatigue. But just wanted to show you slicing through this tomato. So that's a 15-piece walnut set, and you'll see that the tomato did not squish at all. And if I take the white set and slice through, again, I don't have to put much pressure for any of these, but I'm able to slice through the tomato without squishing it, which is so nice because I hate when you go and slice it down, then your tomato bursts open. So that is awesome. And then if we want to check out the paring knives, so they each come with a 3.5-inch paring knife. So they all come with pretty much the same knives, except for the 15-piece comes with the Santoku set. But paring knives are great for cutting up little things or having to, if you want to take the skin off of the apple or something like that, you could do that pretty easily. But slicing through this blueberry, it's so easy. You barely have to put down any pressure with each of them. So if we're gonna compare the sharpness, I would say both knife sets are relatively pretty much the same sharpness. And then when it comes to weight, the walnut 15-piece set is a little bit lighter than the white set. When it comes to the kitchen shears, they pretty much are identical. They're just different colors. They both have the nutcracker. They are the same length. And then they both have the anti-slip insides. So when you're chopping, it doesn't slip as easily. And the holes are pretty big. So if you have a bigger hand, they could fit in. And the white set here is cutting really nicely. Let's take a look at the black set. It is slicing really nicely as well. So there is absolutely no difference between these kitchen shears or scissors besides the color. So we can take a look at these steak knives here. They're both about 4.5 inches. Again, they are both labeled. I don't have any steak to cut, but they all have really nice ridges. And just to point out again on the handles, they both have that nice groove, but you have a little bit more of a groove in here. This knife, you don't have much as big of a pocket to grab with these, so if that makes a difference. But just to check out a carrot here, so steak knife is able to cut through that really nicely. So it is really nice to get around the fat and stuff in a steak. This does a really nice job of cutting through that. I just don't have any steak to show you guys what it would look like cutting it. I think the white sharpener is the best because when you're going back and forth, there's no knives in your way, where this one is in the center. So sometimes it can be a little tougher to get to unless you're going to use it from the back side, but then you'd have to spin it around. So I'd go with the knife sharpener on the white set that I like a little bit better, but it is a little bit smaller of a sharpener. All right, so we have seen them both in action. We've seen all the knives they've come with. We've talked about the similarities and the differences. So which one is better overall? I don't think there is a better option. I think that there's one that's going to fit your needs more than the other. So the first thing is when it comes to color, does walnut or black fit your kitchen better, or does this natural wood and white fit your kitchen better? Do you like when the knives are slanted more towards you, or do you like when they are more upright? Do you like a lighter knife set, or do you want more of a heavier knife set but not super heavy? Do you want that Santoku knife? Or do you want even more knives? Remember that white set does come in 12 or 22 pieces. This is the 14-piece set. Do you care much about the knife sharpener? Do you mind that you would have to turn this around to use it? Or this one, you can just turn it a little bit to the side there. So all differences, sharpness, they are both very similar on sharpness. There's not much difference there. Do you mind having some plastic on your handle, or do you want the entire thing to be stainless steel? So think about those things when you're choosing which one's going to be the best fit for you. But I think that they are both awesome. They both cut through everything really seamlessly. The ergonomic handles really helps with your hand fatigue when you're cutting for a long time, or we're all on our phones and computers all the time. When it's the end of the day and we're cooking, our hands are tired. So having those ergonomic handles in both of these is a game changer. So I hope this was super helpful in helping you pick out which knife set that you would like. You can't go wrong with either. There are those just little differences where you can pick which one works for you.